Okay, very sorry about that delay, folks. There was a bit of a rules issue. However, it has been clarified. So we are now ready to start this match of CDU Bandits going against Erie Raptor Daptors. Dapper Raptor. Erie Dapper Raptors. That's it. Yep. So we are ready to kick this match off. Sorry about the delay. Like I said, rules and also my unit. We just finished our match against Black Omen, so starting things up was a bit slow. But once Erie locks in, we will be able to get started and go straight into that mech action you all love and crave. As I frantically get all of my overlays and everything ready. And Team 1 is locked. We're ready to go straight in. Oopsies, wrong screen. Sorry about that. There we go. Aha. Oh no. Sorry, like I said, just getting everything back up and running, but now we are ready to hit the ground running. So, let's see what both sides are bringing. Dapper Raptors is bringing a Vulcan, a Flea, a Yenlo Wang, Assassin, Thunderbolt 9SE, Firestarter H. So a few unconventional picks there, but this is definitely a close range brawl deck. And critical damage unit is bringing a Vulcan, Javelin, that's the HMG variant, a Dragon Flame, a second Javelin, a Firestarter A, and a Crab 27B. So, a few unconventional picks, typically not what you see in the common meta drops. However, there's no doubt about it that both teams are definitely going to be running a full-on push brawl deck. A bit of MPLs. Thunderbolt 9SE most likely has large pulls, but that is definitely what the teams are going to be running here. So let's see. Actually, I'm curious. What is on that Thunderbolt? Let's go check. Let's see. Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. Where are you? Is he going Gamma? Nope, that's the Flea. Thunderbolt's probably all the way in the back here. Triple large pulse. Yep. Explorer coming up in center first with the Firestarter. A little bit unchallenged. Erie doesn't really seem to want to fight this yet. Erie seems to be grouping up to form a murder ball. Getting a little bit prepared. They seem to be foregoing caps and are probably just grouping up for the big push, seeing as even their slowest mech, the Dragon, does have a speed push. Oh, I stand corrected. Black and the Javelin's going to run in. He's going to challenge the Firestarter and the Assassin, but even though Black is outnumbered 2-1, the Firestarter and Assassin do bail without even doing as much as shooting back. This is the Light Peep SRM Assassin. A bit of an unconventional pick, not what we typically see, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. Erie's coming up over the top. Are they going to push? Are they going to poke? Nope, they're just running straight in. Black leaps over the enemy team. They're all just leaving the mechs in the low ground, the dust, and Black pulls back. Erie does seem prepared to push here, and I'm not sure if CDU, or I'm not sure if CDU, no, CDU is going to push here, but I'm not sure if Erie's ready to receive. However, one thing I do want to note here to everybody that's currently watching is how far in the back the Dragon Flame is. He's not getting a lot of shots. He's not really able to deal a lot of the damage that he needs to deal, seeing as he's the biggest and tankiest mech on the team. He is coming up, though. He is gearing up to take a few more shots, but nope, he's still hiding in cover. And no team has really taken the damage lead yet. I stand corrected. Monolithian in the Javelin is legged. And his open leg, and his last leg is open, and Raptor Eerie smells blood. They are coming in to take that last leg. Mono doesn't even know that there's a mech behind him yet. He's just moving away, trying to get to safety as he can. However, it will not be enough, as the Flea can obviously outrun a leg Javelin. And CD up pretty hardcore. They're on the back pedal now. It seems Erie's coming over the top. Erie's lost a little bit of their coordination as far as the push goes, but it doesn't matter because CDU has also lost that coordination. However, if I were CDU right here, I'd ignore the mechs in the low ground. I'd immediately go save my mechs up top. However, they have seemed to decide against that. Saba ship is legged, not long for this world. He forgets his override, and he does shut down. Black Tack gets throw down. That's the first death on Eerie, and now there are two fresh CDU lights, or not fresh, but relatively fresh CDU lights coming in. Embarrassing, and the assassin is legged. And he goes down. This is now a 4v4. Alright, so CDU might be able to make a comeback here. Black Tack is legged, but he's going to be able to shield that leg effectively, as he's now going toe-to-toe with the Yenlo Wang. Oh, this is now a 2v2. Of the Dragon, of the Flame and Firestarter against the Flea and Vulcan. The Flame and Firestarter have the huge weight advantage, but the Firestarter's leg, that's a huge loss right there. In fact, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to win this now with the legs Firestarter. The Flame just needs to focus on the Flea and take him straight down. Come on, CDU, you're the underdog, you got this. You're not out of it just yet. Oh, the Flea is legged! The Flame does take down the Flea, but he is one-touch CT against a Vulcan who's one-touch both legs. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. The Vulcan is going to run for dear life. He's going to go off the cap advantage due to the fact that Eerie does have 2 caps, and he's going to play his life, which is not the worst pick. In fact, that's probably what I would have done in the same scenario. But let's see if he can pull off a cap advantage. Is this Dragon's standard engine? Inquiring minds want to know. Dragon. Delphox is LFE with the 4 medium pulse LB10. That's a lot of ammo for a comp drop. But like I said, there are some unorthodox picks here, not stuff you're used to seeing. And you know what? Ammo count might just fit into that as well. So if they win, then who am I to judge what they are bringing? Run, little Vulcan, run. Alright, slicing the Vulcan, moving to Kappa, trying really hard to get that cap win. CDU is just holding Theta, though. They're leaving the Dragon to hold Theta, which is the smart pick. Or I believe they're leaving the Firestarter to hold Theta, and they're leaving the Dragon to go cap Gamma. Now, if we do some quick math here, there's 7 minutes left, and that's 1 tick per second. So that should be about 420 seconds for 7 minutes, times that by 2. But actually, no, cap difference is critical here. Raptor's Eerie needs 350 points left to win. 350 times 2. Raptors Eerie wins off of a single cap. Raptor Eerie doesn't have to do anything. They win off of a single cap. CDU has to take Gamma, get to the other side of the map, haul ass in their LFE Dragon, which is, of course, has already lost its side and taken a huge speed hit. They need to get back to Kappa. They need to fight the Vulcan. They need to kill it. And they need to get Kappa before caps become critical, because Eerie can win off of a single cap here. Wait a minute. I'm not sure Eerie knows they went off of a single cap, because the Vulcan's starting to skirmish into Theta. He can't push. He is one touch both legs, and the moment he goes for Theta, it's over. Fizu's here, waiting in cover. He's just waiting in the pocket. He knows that the Vulcan is coming, and he knows that the Vulcan's near, because the Vulcan stepped on the cap. Fizu's about to go in. Oh, Fizu gets the leg. Fizu... Slice goes down, and Eerie, you shouldn't have done that. I think Eerie just... Yeah, the math was sound. Eerie did not need to push that. Eerie could have held on to Kappa. Their Vulcan could have camped there, scratched the cap to stop it indefinitely, and Eerie could have won off of the single cap. And now we watch CDU slowly slog their way on their legged Firestarter and LFE Dragon all the way to Kappa. I'm sure that now Eerie, because the match did not immediately end, I'm sure that Eerie are now realizing that holding on to Kappa would have won them the match, and they're kicking themselves for going in that push. But hey, sometimes when you're in the match, you don't have the clear headspace to do the quick math in the head in order to know whether or not you need to fight for those caps. So, we've all had it happen to us. Just sometimes we go a little red in the head and we can't really figure out what math is. So it's all good. There are 4 more drops, and this one still has like 3 minutes to end, so don't worry. As we watch the legged Firestarter cross the map. This is watching paint dry on a wall. Don't worry, folks. We'll get to Kappa eventually. Hopefully. If not, well. Actually, while I'm waiting for him to get that cap, y'all, my food just came, so I'm eating pizza, I'm living swell.
Yeah, why don't you give me some, huh?
Ah! The Scout Derek has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my co-caster, Scout Derek. I would share the pizza, but I believe you're on the opposite side of the country. You missed a hell of a first match, let me say.
Well, I am catching up now on the stream.
Wonderful. Oh no. The match isn't over yet. CDU won't be able to get it until they get another cap. We gotta wait, bros. Actually, while I'm doing that, I might as well get my overlays ready, since I had to jump out. I had to immediately jump here after doing the match against Black Omen.
Yeah, I was unfortunately caught up in traffic.
Nope, you're fine. You're fine.
But it seems, judging from the loadout, both teams wanted to engage in a more aggressive stance than a defensive one.
Yes, definitely.
Eerie bringing Yellow Wang and Assassin, definitely all very aggressive chassis.
Mm-hmm. I was a bit wary about the Yenlo Wang simply because if there's fast lights running around you, sometimes a single AC-20 miss can be crucial.
Absolutely.
However, seems CDU won the day. The Dragon Flame managed to tank for the carry. And I believe I'm going to just chalk this down in my notes as a CDU win, even though the match isn't formally over yet. I actually didn't get a chance to check. Oh wait, no, I did check. Assassin 27 was snubs and SRM 4s. That's right. Of which I actually don't know if that variant's good for it. I haven't checked out some of the new Assassin variants post patch. Alright, 20 more seconds, and then the caps will have completed. GG's. CDU pulling out of drop 1 with a cap victory. Let me get these match stats published. And if we look at, actually, I'll pull up the damage screen after this so everyone can see it while I get the next match ready. And let me get my wonderful co-caster Scout Derek into the lobby so he can give you all the insight that I will not be able to give. So next drop, we are on Canyon Network. Let me pull up the damage scores here. So if you pull up, top damage on the CDU side was Black Tack in the Javelin getting 300. Nope, top damage was Fizu getting 418 in the Firestarter. Second was Black Tack getting 355 in the Javelin. Monolithian getting 30 damage in the Javelin 11F. That's definitely not what you want to see, seeing as the Javelin 11F with the heavy MGs is one of your primary damage dealing lights. So getting picked early and getting only 30 damage is definitely not an effective start to the night. The damage over Eerie was much more well spread, with 432 being in the top slice with the Vulcan 5T, and the lowest going to embarrassing, getting 185 in the Assassin 27S. CDU did announce that they are doing a major player swap, so hopefully that's done quickly, and then we can get rolling on drop 2. You know, Derek, one thing I really like about these lower div matches is you know, you see a lot more variety in strats. Like if you watch a Div A match, a lot of the maps break down the same way, but when you're at Div B, C, D, E, F, like you really see a lot more variety. You really see a lot of out of the box stuff that you usually don't think of. For better of the worse, of course.
That has to do mainly with pilot skill. Most pilots are varied in the things they can do
Mm-hmm.
and in the styles they play as. Top tier teams basically have a format. Most teams follow that format, so you don't see a lot of variety. In some cases, you do with the World Championship matches. Once in a while, you'll see this really bold strat, and it tends to work. But in lower divisions, most of the time, it comes down to an attrition fight, mostly because people are not as skilled. That's not to say it's a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing, especially when we're down here casting teams. It makes it a much more interesting fight, realistically.
All right, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
especially with teams like CDU and Erie. They will definitely be bringing probably quite varied mechs too, especially with the
Yeah.
mechs. Like you were talking about the Yenlo Wang on Polar Highlands. Normally that would not work in a higher division game, but seeing as we're down here, probably can work. Probably better for those players to run a mech like that because it's
Yep.
quirked the wazoo, as they say. So which are for the second match?
Hmm.
Uh, it's going to be Canyon, correct?
Yep,
Or
yep,
is it
yep.
going to be mining? Okay.
And the three caps, I believe, are Kappa, Theta, Epsi. The three down the middle.
So I believe we're just going to see a similar situation to Polar with similar
Yeah.
mechs.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, historically speaking, CDU on Canyon, as they had a lot of spectators during Comp Q. Historically speaking, every Canyon deck was a balls to the wall push. They typically like to stack like a few big LB10 assaults, like say Sleipnir Annihilator, and then a lot of lighter mechs around it. So I'm definitely expecting to see that here. Erie, I'm not sure because I haven't seen Erie play a lot, and I believe this is Erie's actually comp debut.
Is it really?
Do not quote me on that, but I believe this is their comp debut. So I know they've been a faction play unit for a while, but I believe this is their debut. So I'm not sure what to see from them, and I am very curious. Oh shit, we're on mining. Fuck. Drop 3 is Canyon. Map 3 is Canyon.
Oh, it's a good thing you read the chat.
Spreadsheet error.
I
Spreadsheet
was
error.
asking. As for Erie, I say welcome to competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming and trying it out.
The more
It's always
teams, the
interesting
merrier.
to see people. Indeed.
All right,
Indeed,
Erie's locked.
indeed.
Let's go in. I
Good to me.
still think. Hmm?
When we started out back then, we were like towards the lower end as well, and slowly we gradually came up, and
I
now
started
we
on a
just play
yeah.
Div A, Div B.
I started on a Div D team, and I didn't get into Div A until you and I were on MJ12. Alrighty, CDU is bringing a Phoenix Hawk 2, a Cyclops 10Q, a Mauler R, 1R, Firestarter A, Grasshopper 5H, Urban Mech R60L. What do you see on the Erie side?
Yuri, they got a Mad too, an Alpha, Vulcan, Firestarter, Warhammer 9D, a Katana Cat, and the Grasshopper 5H.
Mahler is rocking the 2 UAC 5, 2 UAC 10. Sleipnir 10Q, obviously SRMs. Yeah, CDU's going to full brawl deck, and it seems Erie's running a bit more of a traditional mining trading deck. I wonder what's on that alpha.
Alpha's got the Daka going. The Katana
Ah,
Cat
two
is
facet
a light
twos.
PPC. Let's see what's on the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper looks like it's running Laser Bomb. And your Vulcan is your standard run of the mill.
Yeah.
Firestarter as well. So it looks like Erie basically took Theta immediately. However, CDU is gathering up here uniformly, and it looks like they're just going to push straight through. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's going to be a good idea. I think
yeah.
Erie is going to just set up here and shoot them as they come up, and now we see the 10Q take a little bit of damage here.
Yeah, this match will be decided on how well the Erie range deck can take a push. However, as you know about the Marauder Alpha, the biggest bonus that mech has now is sustained DPS with the UAC Jam Chance. So if the Marauder Alpha does get set up and they push into its line, Blood Eagle may be racking up some serious damage this match.
Definitely. It looks like CDU is playing that low ground.
Yeah. I think they're getting a little too hesitant. They're not quite sure where they want to jump in yet.
Now CDU finally realizing that they do need some caps. Firestar going back to cap Gamma and Epsi.
Yeah.
Erie still has a chance to go grab Kappa and get a triple cap going.
Erie cannot
But
grab Kappa because it's ISC. Remember, only three Kappa and Epsi are
it's
legal.
true.
I'm surprised though that Erie's bunching up as much as they are, given the fact that they're on the range deck. I would immediately pull it to the back wall if I knew that they had brawl and I had cap advantage. I would have gone for the hills. Rider and the grasshopper for Erie is actually taking
Seems
pretty
like
big damage.
CDU's taking a little bit too much damage already. Grasshopper's at 83%, and another strike's coming in.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Grasshopper's taking way too much damage. At this point, honestly, CDU needs to ball up and pick a corner to push.
Yep, Striker and the Grasshopper's open side, and with a build like that, the speed he's running, I'm willing to bet that he's XL.
I think he is XL, considering his build. It looks like they're trying to pick the right side now, looking for an advantage to move up.
If
Started
CDU,
taking that advantage.
if CDU
Urban
does
moving up
spot
as
it
well.
though, pushing around the right side low is almost uncontested, as I'm sure Fizu and the Firestarter has now realized.
The Vulcan and the Katana Cat not scouting. Maybe the Katana Cat's about to see this Firestarter. Firestarter's actually moving back now. And I feel like this is going to be a pretty decisive for Erie.
Yep. CDU's biggest error was just not getting the push rolling as soon as they should have. Like even if they chose the not most optimal route, like even if they didn't choose the most optimal route, a push route is better than no. It is better than no push route.
Especially
Oh,
with when CDU has a Mauler.
yeah. However, the Mauler is
With
UAC
Doc-
10 and 5, so
Yes. But they also have a 10Q
with
that looks like a
streaks and
push deck.
snubs. It's got
Yes.
streaks, snubs, and rockets.
And it looks like they finally decided to push up on the right side.
And Erie, I don't think they've realized yet.
Better never. No, they do not.
However,
The Firestar and Vulcan are not scouting. They
as
need
soon
to
as they come
scout.
around, though, Blood Eagle's going to be able to get the farm on here
It looks
shortly.
like they've already seen it. Grasshopper goes down. Firestarter's moving up as best as he can. Trying to get some hits on that Grasshopper, but he cannot.
Robbie's just waiting
What?
around the corner. Robbie needs to wait for as soon as the lights to push. Robbie needs to wait for the Vulcan and Firestar to get in range and bring his streaks to bear. But instead, he's trading against the Marauder with streaks.
That Alpha's just getting punished, though. He's at 45%. I'll probably definitely court out.
He's open both sides and red CT.
Urban Mech's still fresh. Urban Mech and the Firestarter need to work together. Absolutely need to work together in order to get something done. Because it looks like the Mauler and the Cyclops are a little bit hung up. That firing. The Katana Cat's just sitting there up top and getting free damage in. Not even contested at all.
Oh, Robbie goes down to
Cyclops
10Q. It's down to the Irby and the Mauler. However, Vulcan's coming behind the Irby. Mauler just decided run hot or die and ran straight in. It's now down to J-Rock. Oh, I forgot CDU had a Phoenix Hawk in the back. What have you been doing this
Unfortunately,
match?
though, that Phoenix Hawk did get beat up initially early on. So
2 ER large. That's why he's open. He was the only one trading at the start.
Absolutely. He was on the upper ground there. While the rest of his teammates were standing down there, unable to do anything, unable to make a decision. And the Firestar is about to go down. Getting legged and focused on by the Firestar, the Vulcan, and the Katana Cat.
Yep. And now it's just down to... Oh, never mind.
Very good job from Erie, setting up those lanes of sights. Could have had your pseudo lights and light mech scouting a little bit more, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Still did an amazing job in holding that.
Get this damage board up. Alrighty, so now let me get damage board up so players can see that while I swap sides. Top damage on the CDU side going to, let's see, top damage going to Striker in the Grasshopper, which, you know, he was the heavy peep trader, so it does make sense. He brought the biggest ranged guns, and a lot of CDU didn't really get to bring any of their raw guns to bear, so that one definitely hurt them a bit. And then bottom damage on the CDU side going to J-Friend in the Phoenix Hawk 2, getting 128 damage. And, you know, his Phoenix Hawk only had 2 large, so he can only plink away the entire map so long before things just don't work out. Top damage on the Erie side going to Ryder in the Laser Vomit Grasshopper, pulling out 723 damage, with bottom damage going to Zori in the Firestarter, getting 176. So pretty even damage spread from both sides, actually, save for Rider and Blood Eagle and the Grasshopper and Marauder Alpha.
I just want to say, however, I believe that outcome may have been vastly different had CDU been very more aggressive. At that initial fight, CDU was unable to make a decision to either move up or, rotate to a better position. Unfortunately, they stayed in that low ground on that round, which is not the best place to be, especially with the mechs they're running. Like, you have a Daka Mauler, you have a Cyclops 10Q, you have light mechs to help support that push up. I think it was the right decision to push up the right side since Erie light mechs and pseudo lights were not scouting whatsoever. But
Mm-hmm.
again, they took way too much damage in the early game, and that costed them greatly, and allowing Erie a pretty solid win, I would say.
Yep. If I was Erie, I wouldn't change anything from that last deck. I'd say it worked spectacularly for them, given the results. And if I was CDU, I would be asking myself, do I want to run this push deck again? Will I be able to push into the enemy this time, or will I get trapped? And, you know, if the answer is you're going to get trapped, or you're not confident to push, you may have to ask yourself the hard choice of do I have to change my strat on the fly?
I think in general, the CDU just needs to be more confident in their strat. Confidence is everything. If you think you can pull it off, there's a chance you will pull it off. That's been my experience.
That's fair.
Being willing and not willing makes a difference. It means the difference between a match going, say, right now this match 8-2, and a match being 8-6. I believe CDU could have came in there and cleaned up quite well. That Alpha took quite a bit of damage in the very end there. Towards the very end, he was down to 45%, I believe, and he
Mm-hmm.
was hurt all over in the CT. Had they moved up and they're more fresh, if they had more fresh traders and more fresh mechs in general, yes, that Alpha would have died a lot quicker for sure.
Alrighty, both sides are locked. We're going in. The score is 1-1, and we're going into drop 3. Yeah. Oh no, I pressed the wrong overlay key. What's the key to show the teams again?
Tab.
Tab? There we
Yeah.
go, thank you so much. Okay, so on the CDU side, we see Deputy in the Orion 1K, Quick Draw 5K, Grasshopper 5H, Sleipnir, Assassin 101, Commando 1D. So, one trade mech, and then 3 push mechs. So CDU plans on doing the same thing. What do we got on the Yuri side?
Aerie is a pretty similar deck last time, save for Mecha 2 difference. This time they have a Commando and a Blackjack, as well as a Victor. But they still kept the Marauder Alpha. And I commemorate that because that thing is a massive boy and he does a lot of damage.
Yes.
So it looks like CDU taking that first cap in the middle, Theta with Commando, rushing back immediately. Gamma being taken just now by the other Commando on Erie's side. Looks like they're setting up on the top side once again. And this Victor looks like it's triple AC-10. Let's have a look at it. Yes, it is. It's triple AC-10 Victor.
Are there any light peeps to go with it, or just the 10s?
No, it's just triple AC-10.
That's still pretty good.
The Blackjack, however, is a PPC mech. 2 heavy PPC. Rider again in the Grasshopper. And is that a light PPC Assassin that I see there? Yes, it is. It's SRMs and light PPCs.
Yep, that's the 27. They ran that in drop 1 as well.
Yeah, newly quirked and ready to go. Nice to see that. The other side, CDU, that's Cyclops. I assume it's an LB10 Cyclops.
I actually didn't check. I just immediately assumed it was UX.
It's actually a Donka Cyclops with a single ER medium laser on it.
The small, actually. The single head small laser. I guess...
101 Assassin. That's a standard Assassin. It's medium pulse and SRMs.
Yep, and that did get a pretty big buff as well, but it actually didn't get a medium pulse buff. It got a standard medium laser buff, so...
It looks like CDU brought a push deck again. However, Erie's been setting up very high. Yep. They have 2 to 3 people up high. And
everyone's just on Citadel for
corner. CDU needs to make the choice to figure out if they need to push again or not. I see they have an Orion K. That is definitely a brawl mech. And there's a UAV on CDU's side, if you notice that in the back. Not sure if that was accidental or on purpose to counter a push. But
where's CDU's quick draw? It's in the back. ER large. So, in reality, the only CDU mechs that cannot effectively fight at this range is the Orion and the Assassin. Everybody else can trade. And typically that sounds like a good thing, but if you ask me, that's a trap for CDU, because all those mechs are going to feel fine because they're doing damage at that range, when in reality, they're going to have to close. So even though they feel fine, their teammates won't. So they're going to have to communicate to each other that, like, hey, we're not at full force.
Honestly, I would push up, I would take the center, begin to work my way around them. They have 3 mechs on the top. 2 of them are PPC mechs.
Yeah.
And
Embarrassing is coming up to bring his Victor 9A1 to
that
Theta.
Commando ran up there, but he didn't have any support. His teammates are not keeping the high ground. They're being pushed down by Erie, by that range trade. Again, CDU just needs to be aggressive here. They need to pick a side and push it.
I think Deputy just needs to take that Orion's armor and just run over the top, spearhead his team through. Everybody else just needs to
Black track of the Commando. He is running behind Erie. Erie has no clue at all.
Is he going for the cap? Is he going for a kill?
He's
going for the cap. He is attacking Blood Eagle.
He's attacking him.
CDU?
I'm not sure on this move. This
CDU's
is
going. No, CDU's going over top.
That Commando goes down. The Commando's gone. The Commando's gone.
And CDU's running over top now.
Yes, they are.
Deputy, you can't stop. You gotta keep going, my dude. You gotta balls to the wall. Push it.
You have the Orion. He has the armor. Push in. Kill that Victor.
Yep.
Destroy it. With the Cyclops. The 2 need to work together.
Yeah.
That Victor is by himself right now. If they push in right now, that's
Oh,
it for the
CERN
Victor.
dropped in the assassin to help, but yeah, they're just trying to trade. They gotta just push it. They gotta just rush in.
That Orion needs to be very, very aggressive. It needs to be
Yeah.
the meat shield to the Cyclops.
Orion's AC-20 and
And
MRMs, and he's
now
fresh.
he's getting the idea.
Nope,
Well,
stepping back.
well.
Uh,
Well, that Cyclops has taken quite a bit of damage.
these guys are
Perhaps
just
too much.
are just teasing us. They're stepping forward, then stepping back.
And the assassin goes down for CDU. Now that Orion's getting focused a little bit too much.
Yeah,
His arms are
goes
open.
down.
His torso armor's falling apart.
Yep, deputy.
And then
goes
he
down.
got headshot.
Headshot.
The Orion got headshot.
Wow.
I think that's a decisive one there too.
Yep.
The Cyclops is about
It's now down to Ravi.
focused down and disappeared.
Fizu's just in the back of the map
there
doing
we
what he
go.
can, but the Overwatch quick drop is not enough to change this.
Fortunately so. And now the Alpha is just gonna sit there and wait for the quick draw. Quick
Yep.
draw's running away.
Just spitting out DPS as the CERN and the assassin and Throw and the Blackjack come in to finish it off. Actually, how's CERN looking as assassin? Yeah, CERN's fine. He should probably win that fight.
Oh, easily. Very surprising to me though that Orion getting headshot. However, he was moving pretty slow backing up.
Yeah. Well, you know, these things sometimes happen in drops.
Uh-oh, CERN getting stuck there, getting just shot in the back. However, the commando's there to help him out. He's doing his best, but it's not enough.
GG's. It was an XL quick draw too. Now we go to Canyon.
Eerie doing a great job again, setting
Yeah.
up, getting those lines of sights. However,
Oh boy.
like last drop, lack of information allowed that commando to get into the back.
Are you still in the match?
Yes, I am.
Can you send me the match ID, please? I forgot to grab that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I make it so.
Then my man. Let's swap sides. Yeah, we go to Canyon Network. Thank you very kindly. Yep. One time I forgot to do that. I saw the double D's and my brain stopped for a moment. As we go through, so you can see the double D's as well. Because we know Twitch chat eats that up. Monolithian and the Assassin 101 getting 3 damage, and Deputy and the Orion K getting 8 damage, and that's actually surprising to me because the Orion had MRMs, which means that the entire time they were trading there at the top, I thought he was shelling out serious damage. Like, I thought he wasn't pushing like the team would have needed him to, but I thought he was still doing some pretty serious damage.
The issue there, from what I saw, is that he was using it as a sandblaster, like a water gun. He was shooting it from a very far range. So,
Mm-hmm.
and had he been more aggressive with the Cyclops, they would have easily crunched that Victor.
Yep.
The man would have had a lot more damage done.
I think had CDU pushed with the Orion, because even without the Cyclops, 1v1, the Orion should beat the Victor. Just, if you go by the math of their DPS and their overall health, that Orion should win. Orion wins, and then you have the mechs trapped on top of Citadel, and they can't do anything about the mechs below them. And I think if they pushed and immediately killed the Victor while it was isolated, CDU had a serious chance of winning that, headshot or no. So, I think that's the one place of where CDU went wrong, is that when the moment Black Tack pushed in his commando and managed to turn Blood Eagle for about 20 seconds before the commando was killed, CDU did push over the top, but then they stopped once they hit the cap point. I think had they continued going, they would have had a better chance.
In a situation like that, if the light mech dies, you just continue on without them.
Yep.
Fortunately.
You honor their memory by keep going forward until your enemies are destroyed. That is how you must. That's how it must be done.
That's how you make it so.
Mm-hmm. One member swapping builds. That's fine. You have 5 minutes in between drops. Well, let's see. Canyon. I mean, I did predict CDU would brawl, but after seeing how their brawling strats went on mining, I really think they got to swap things up. All right, looking over the chat, I learned this is not Erie's first league. Their first league was Blood League. So while they are still relatively new compared to a lot of these other teams, this is their first ISC, but not their first comp league. So I do stand corrected on that. Thank you, Windscape, for giving me that information.
I believe I was in the hospital at the time, so that information was
Yes.
not very well known to me, fortunately. So,
However, thankfully, you did recover and you were able to join us for more Mech Warrior action because I know that's what kept you going. knowing that there were noobs to farm in Mech Warrior. I am, however, jokes aside, I was very glad to hear about your return.
appreciate that.
Oh, Twitch chat. Don't ever change. Is CDU another GNX sister unit?
I don't know.
Listen, stranger alliances have been formed.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so waiting for CDU to lock. Hey, we go into drop 3. Drop 4. Canyon, yeah. Alrighty, on the CDU side, we see an Annihilator 1A, a Banshee 3MC, Stalker 4N, Marauder 9M, Locust Pirate's Bane, Phoenix Hawk 2. It seems CDU got the nope, never mind. Annihilator has AC-10s, Marauder has MRM, Banshee has pulls. Yeah, it's Brawl.
Well, Erie, on the other hand, has a hybrid mixture of Daka mechs, PVCs, and then the Battlemaster with assumingly ER larges. Let's have a look at that. Yep, 6 ER large. The awesome 9M running PPCs, the Catapult running PPCs. Actually, no, the Catapult is also Daka. So they have a mainly focused Daka deck. Jägermech running
AC5s and UAC 5s and UAC 2s.
UAC 5s and UAC 2s. They're doing the same combo as the Alpha.
Of which,
you know, synergy going.
I'm so happy to see Jägermechs in comp again.
They are fairly decent. They spit out the damage like a true glass cannon.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. The only mech on CDU that seems to have any trading ability is the Stalker 4N with 6 larges. However, this is still just outside of his range, so I'm not sure about how well this will turn out, but CDU is going for a balls-to-the-wall Epsi push, so if J-Rock and the Pirate's Bane can get Theta, CDU will at least have a 2 cap versus Erie's 1 cap, so that will put them in the bit more advantageous spot, but that does depend on the Locust getting Theta without getting shot, but he's getting shot.
Catapult's moving just straight up to take Theta as well,
Yep.
for that matter.
Catapult don't care. Catapult knows it's not a Locust. It can take a few hits. It can take Theta if it needs to.
And CDU making a small mistake again. They need to move up as soon as possible. They just need to keep moving up. Have that Stalker and the Phoenix Hawk provide some aggro towards Erie. Take their attention off of the 3 mechs that are missing. Unfortunately, though, the Banshee's been spotted, as well as the Marauder. They're turning around. This is probably not the best decision, I would say.
Yep. I'm not sure how I would approach this. Would you go Epsilon wide low, or would you hug the low channel that the actual river runs through?
They had already committed to FC. FC, from this side, has a pretty good amount of space to work with and push up against Erie.
J-Rock in the back getting Kappa in the Pirate Spain, of which Erie does not seem to be aware. Or if they are aware, they don't care. Gimmy's gonna come out and poke in the Annihilator.
Yes, and they're taking way too much damage for it. And now that Banshee's pushing up by himself.
Oh crap! Yep, Ichi and the Banshee's just going straight up. He is going to dive into low ground in order to preserve his mech, but that was a dangerous push right there. And you know he's the fastest assault mech on their team, so the other ones may not be able to push and clear so quickly.
Worth noting here, Jay Friend on CDU is completely fresh in the back. However, he's not moving. I would recommend that he move and aggro the enemy by either flanking on the right and left and pop-tarting, unless that Phoenix Hawk does not have jump jets.
Hey friend, Phoenix Hawk 2, let me pull him up here in a moment. He does have ER large. He has 2 ER large lasers and jump jets.
So he needs to be very aggressive, give his team a fighting chance to move up. Cannot sit there and shoot large lasers. That is a job Stalker. He needs to be a very aggressive flying gnat that flies around.
However,
and rains larges on them.
However, the CDU Banshee Marauder are now actually broaching Theta, but they've taken so much damage. They're almost into brawl range, and the Marauder's at 63% in the red.
They've hemorrhaged too much armor. I don't think it's going to be a win for them. But their Rider in the Catapult is hurt. The Alpha is hurt too, a fair bit. Just lost half his armor. Catapult has a side torso open though.
Ichi is going to lead the charge in his Banshee, and he's face taking so many shots. Gimme goes down in the back. Blood Eagle goes down. Blood Eagle takes down Ichi.
That Stalker's about to go down.
I think with the Banshee and Annihilator. Yep, I think with the assaults down, that is the final nail in the coffin. It is now clearing up. Erie has definitely taken this match.
Yes, again, hesitation has struck CDU. And thus, it's now a loss. And again, to this Phoenix Hawk, my friend, you must be very aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the ER large is the pick for a push deck in a Phoenix Hawk.
It can work. The issue is, he was not moving at all. He was not distracting Erie from the assault mechs whatsoever. As a Phoenix Hawk, with that type of build and jump jets, you just need to be very aggressive and you need to fly around. And when you're flying around too, you're also getting your teammates information. Because you're able to see who's shooting at you and where they're at. However, again, sitting there did not go well. And we can see that by the 2 fresh mechs. The Battlemaster 1G at 98% and the Commando 1D at 86%.
Alright, let's get these damage stats up.
Now, I'll say this early now. The Battlemaster on Erie did the most damage, 792.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding.
At 98% condition. So, again, maybe had the Phoenix Hawk been flying around and shooting large lasers, maybe that Battlemaster wouldn't be at 98% with almost 800 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the score wouldn't be 8-0, or rather 6-0, excuse me.
Yep, and no double Ds occurred on CDU, but 114, 152, these are not the damage numbers you want from your brawling assaults. Uh, you want them to be able to close. You want them to be able to deal all the damage because I mean, Canyon traditionally in comp, I'd say it's been a range map, except in the light drops of like leagues where like you're limited to like say 4 lights and four mediums. So I'd say Canyon is definitely one of those drops where it's harder to pull off a brawl. So you really have to make something spectacular work, like being able to quickly cross the open ground, of which that's not something CDU could do. The scoreboard as well. And it would also make sense that CDU won drop one because they felt much more at home brawling. And then as we started to evolve into drops 2 through 4, then we get into a little more rangy from the normal brawl. And I hope that CDU, at least better late than never, realizes that the brawl strats for them are not working. And whether it be player error or build error or strat error, regardless, you got to change something. So I'm hoping to see CDU run a mid-range trading deck in this last drop. Erie, they honestly don't have to change anything. I don't think they've even reached 3 of a single mech yet, seeing as they've been running non-duplicate drops, so they could just repeat them over and over and over again.
For the alpha, perhaps? They've been running the alpha quite exceedingly.
Yes, they ran the alpha on both minings and then drop 4, so yeah, they couldn't run that again. Actually, Blood Eagle has me wanting to buy the alpha now after seeing it do that much farmage. Alrighty, Erie gets their 6th pilot back in. CDU gets their 6th pilot back in. Let's see if we can get this match rolling quickly. Of which, I'm not going to say I always judge a team based on their logo art, but I do pretty often. And Erie Dapper Raptors honestly takes the cake. Like that's a pretty good logo. I can't lie. I don't know if you've seen it, Derek.
I believe I have, actually.
Yeah,
pretty decent.
I actually like it a lot. Yeah, because I mean, it's not very often that you have like actual MechWarrior teams like have actual professional looking logos. So like the ones that like actually do, they really stand out and they really pop, and I always like seeing it. And CDU has locked. Let's see if they've swapped things up or if they're going to run things the same. And of course, for those of you who have any questions about why they brought XMech, or what choice would have been the smarter choice, and you feel the need to discuss You can't always join us on the MechWarrior Comp the MechWarrior Comp Discord server as well. I know that can be found in the Twitch bio of MechWarrior Leagues. Also, the Moobot does post it occasionally in chat as well. And come on in, say hi. If you're like, hey, why are they bringing the alpha, and why are Tios and Derek saying it's so good? Like, you can always come by and ask. Then there are plenty of chill voices around who are willing to give plenty of advice. Ooh, come on, Erie. You're so close. Just get that 6th pilot in. Come on. Alrighty. I'm assuming Erie's about to lock here. I hope Erie's about to lock here. And Erie's locked. We going.
Go, go, go.
Oh my. Erie's running 3 Mauler MX-90s, a Dragon 5N, and a Jaegermech DD.
That's fairly scary. That is quite a bit of DACA.
I'm loving this, man. So much DACA. I'm loving this. Critical damage unit is running a Cyclops Sleipnir, Bushwhacker X1, Shadowhawk 2K, Firestarter A, Annihilator 1E, and Stalker 4N. Looking over their mechs right now, it seems to be the exact same plan as last time, with the Cyclops running LBXs, Annihilator's running 7 snub-nosed PPCs. Does the Annihilator 1E have a snub HSL?
The Annihilator?
No,
It does not.
It doesn't. Okay, so he's gonna fire 3-3-1 then. So yep, CDU's just running the same push deck, and it seems the Stalker is gonna be the only Overwatch again. Shadowhawk has triple peeps, so he might be able to do a bit of Overwatch as well. Stand corrected, Shadowhawk has ER large and SRM 2s, so he plans on joining the Overwatch as well. So it's gonna be a Shadowhawk and a
CDU needs to not climb up the middle. They need to go down that low ground. Unfortunately, the Annihilator and the Sleipnir are climbing up. They need to hide their presence so they can push up on that DACA and take care of it.
And the moment the slow Annihilator shows its face, it's just going to get AC2
They've
farmed.
already seen it.
Ravi's down to 79% already.
Yes, and Annihilator is backing up into that strike. Misses it barely. That Annihilator needs to stop backing up. Unfortunately, he falls down, and now he's separated from his team. He needs to stop backing up, and he needs to push up all the way. They need to all push the DACA. Because that DACA is not very durable. It spits out the damage, but if you get the focus fire in, you can take care of it fairly quickly. But unfortunately, CDU is just sitting there, taking it all, taking the brunt of that DACA.
HE in the Annihilator has already dropped. He's in the low ground, but instead of walking through, he's waiting in the corner.
Yes, he needs
I'm not
to
quite
move up.
sure what he's doing.
That man is stuck there, and he is thinking independently of his team. unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be it for CDU.
Yep. Erie already has the amazing crossfire setup with 5 AC2 mechs, and honestly, I'm just loving this deck. It's so great from Erie, and Ravi and the Stalker down to 62%, getting drilled, slicing the commando, coming in for a bit of shots. Fizu in the Firestarter though, he might be able to come up and backstab embarrassing in the Jaeger mech here. He's coming up
Oof,
on.
that commander took a bit of a hit from the Stalker, though.
Yeah.
Almost got side twisted there.
Oh no, Fizu! Fizu shot before he was in optimal range. She only scratched the Jaeger mech, and now Erie knows they're there. Had
Wow.
had Fizu shown a little bit more restraint and gotten all the way behind the Jaeger and got an optimal, he may have been able to get the kill shot.
Now that Commander was coming in to help take care of the Firestarter just needs to get out of there. Actually, no, the Commando was open from earlier from the Stalker, so maybe...
Firestarter will probably win this fight if the commander doesn't bail to his team. However, Zori and the Dragon is coming over top, so...
Uh-oh.
Fizu's got to bail now with the U-Act-2s in his face.
Quite a bit of DACA from that Dragon, still, even with the changes to go. Now it's kind of a stalemate for CDU, sitting there, it's something to trade. Losing armor again, a very similar scenario to Mining Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they peek, those Maulers are watching.
Yep, the Maulers are only going in cover to cool off. They don't care about the damage they're taking.
Now that Cyclops getting smacked in the face, that little rock cover right there is not enough, unfortunately. And the Bushwhacker goes down. Bushwhacker actually cored out, for the record.
Wow. Gimme
Now they're
and
trying to get some
Sleipnir.
things done.
Yep.
However, the Maulers are
Ichi
moving
goes
up. The
down.
Annihilator is gone. Firestarter made it back to his team, but his team is really hurt.
There's no team to really make it back to, unfortunately.
That Jaegermech is hurt though. He's pushing up. Kills the Sleipnir though. Sleipnir unable to return fire. And now that Jaegermech is just slowly walking down the Executioner.
Yep.
Oh no, the Stalker knows. He's racing over.
Slice and the
Emperor
Commando
loses a
coming in to
side
help.
torso. Yes, that Jaegermech is about to go down though. And he does go down. However, the Shadowhawk goes down as well on the other side of the Gulch. And now it's just a Firestarter. With a 95% Dragon chase. A fresh Dragon.
Oh, Slice runs in
and
the
the
Commando
dies.
It's not something you see of the Dragon taking damage, or the Dragon always that goes down first. Everybody focus it.
It's because it is a fairly easy mech focus. It's got a big pointy nose that you could shoot at. Or you can hit one of the side horses, which are also fairly easy.
And there it goes.
And there's the Firestarter.
So let's get these damages rolling, and then that will be it. Erie winning 4-0.
Make it so.
So let's see. CERN 749, Throw 703, Blood Eagle 540. Yeah, they just farmed in with the twos. Ravi and the Stalker getting 616. He did get like 500 damage last round too. So the Overwatch Stalker is definitely doing the damage. It's just the rest of the team being unable to close. Ichi and the Annihilator getting 50 damage. Definitely a poor choice, but
a poor choice in piloting, I would say, more so than the mech
build
choice.
That's fair.
The mech can work, however, being passive again like that, yeah, and just falling into the ditch, not pushing up, that's what led to them losing.
Mm-hmm.
Staying there, stagnating, is not what you want to do on that map. Especially when you have a push deck like that. You just have to push in on them, take care of it, clean them up.
Okay. Well, Thank you for coming by. Thank you for joining me in the cast. I know this was a bit of a last minute one that we had to throw together today, but thank you for so much for joining Scout Derek. If you are still watching, go check out Star Wolf's stream. I'm actually going to put her in Twitch chat right now. She is doing more comp streams right now. She's doing some casts from her channel. So everybody go by and check out Starwolf because she's doing ISC casts right now, and everybody should go see her because she's amazing and she's fun, and she's also doing comp matches right now. So everybody should go see her. Thank you for everybody for coming by. Peace, and we will catch you on the next one.
Bye bye.